Good afternoon. My name is Mariana Martinez,
I'm Kaylee Guzman.
I'm Bernadette Jimenez.
and today we will be presenting internet safety.
So, the importance for parental monitoring. Parental monitoring is keeping track of your child's behavior and responding when your child breaks the rules. Some parents might think that parental monitoring their child's social media account is invading privacy, but nowadays parents don't really understand how dangerous the internet has grown throughout the years. And some of the key points that we will be talking about in this presentation will be sexting, cyberbullying, the dark web, and online predators. So, sexting. Sexting is when a person, male or female, sends explicit photos or messages through the use of technology such as social media or text messaging. And some of the consequences can be your child would have to become registered as a sex offender, their reputation would be ruined, and of course legal consequences and child pornography charges. So because technology has advanced so much, photos are instantly shared, whether it be online or through messages. So therefore, sexting has become more common than ever. Cyberbullying. So cyberbullying is when someone is bullying another through the use of technology by sending intimidating or threatening messages. Some of the consequences would be suspension, expelled from school. Depending on how bad the case is, the student would be convicted of a crime, might face juvenile or adult criminal penalties. And monitoring your child will let you be aware if your child is bullying others or being bullied.
The dark web. The dark web is a part of the internet that is only accessible through certain softwares. This allows users to stay anonymous and untraceable. It is mostly used by traffickers of drugs and humans, gun dealers, terrorists, pedophiles, and child abusers. What are the dangers? The dangers include predators hacking into your computers or anything where they can access your home address, email address, your name, telephone numbers, and are able to trace you. Children get drawn to the dark web and anonymous people can be telling them what to do. This can lead to self-harm and even worse, suicide. There are many worse things that occur in the dark web that had not yet been found. How is this accessed? This is accessed by the three most common software, named Tor, Freenet, and I2P. Please check your children's internet and computers to make sure they do not have these softwares.
Online predators. Online predators are usually adult users who are looking for young children or teens who are vulnerable or not fully aware of the dangers of the internet to harm, sexually harass, or abuse them. Some ways you can recognize an online predator is by seeing the way they are speaking to your children, either with affectionate language or kind language. They use music or children's interests to communicate with them, and they become more provocative once the child becomes more comfortable with speaking with them. Some dangers of getting involved with online predators include identity theft, child pornography or exposure to pornography, kidnapping or rape, and sexual solicitation.
Cases of predators. One famous case is of a famous YouTuber named Austin Jones. Austin Jones had a popular social media base followed by many young teenagers and children. This man would persuade underage fans to prove their devotion to him by sending graphic videos or pictures, telling them what to do. He would use phrases such as, "Do you realize how lucky you are, and I seriously shouldn't be talking to you," as a way to convince them when they would not do what he told them to. He was arrested and charged with 2 felony accounts of production of child pornography. Now, many people think that this does not occur here in Laredo. Well, this is of a case named a man named Fernando Hernandez Rodas. He was arrested with charges of enticement of a minor. He was communicating with a person he believed was a 14-year-old girl, when actually it was an undercover agent. He had made arrangements to meet and engage in sexual activities with this young girl. Fortunately, nothing happened, and this was just an undercover agent making sure that there's no more predators online. In our pamphlets, you can see under the Resources tab a website where you can find many cases from here in Laredo.
So these are some of the precautions for the parents, and one of them is to explain to your child the dangers of the internet and the type of impact it can have on them, and just point out the key points that were pointed out in this presentation, and just let them be aware that the internet does have its pros and its cons.
Become involved with their social media. Do not let them have complete freedom to the internet. Be aware of who they are talking to and what they are posting.
Parents should also place boundaries and restrictions on their children when they are online. You should not let them go out with just whoever they meet online, and you should always be aware of who they are going out with and where they are going. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
How recent are these resources?
These are resources from 2013 all the way to 2017.
Any particular websites where you found these resources?
There are popular websites on Google where you can find important information.
How about reporting cyberbullying? What would be the protocol? What's the best thing to do? I don't know if you went over it, but if you could just highlight on that again.
So for cyberbullying, if your child is being cyberbullied, you can go to the school, and the school will take care of it and do as much as they can to stop whatever is happening.
Have there been any cases reported in your school?
Yes, there have.
How were they taken care of?
Well, usually the administrators or the principal has a talk with the parents of the kids that are involved in the situation.
And if the cyberbullying were to occur outside of the school, let's say like through Facebook or from one account to another, but it didn't happen in school.
You can go to the police and they'll handle it, like it was on the presentation. Whoever is bullying your child, or if your child is bullying another, there will be charges against them with the
Proper authority.
yeah.
If you want to know more information, we have the pamphlets. En que están en color anaranjado está en español y en rosa está en inglés.
Thank you.
Thank you.